Hello everyone, and welcome again sa ating video lesson for this week. So ngayon, i-discuss naman natin is yung week 2 module of your second quarter module. So in this module, you need to demonstrate understanding on the key concept of variation, which are the direct variation, inverse, joint, and combine. So let's start with the meaning of variation. Variation is a mathematical concept where two variables may be related in such a way that if one of the quantities increases or decreases, that other quantity will also increase or decrease in a definite way. So, meron tayong dalawang variables na related to each other. At kapag tumaas daw yung value ng isang variable, pwedeng tumaas din or bumaba yung related na variable. So, ganon yung thought ng ating variation. At meron tayong 4 types of variation which are direct variation, inverse variation, joint variation, and combined variation. So let's start with the direct variation. So in this direct variation, it is a relationship between two variables, x and y, such that the ratio or quotient of y to x is a constant. So ano meaning nun? So ang sabi dyan, kapag meron kang x and y at yung value ng x mo is nag-increase, for example, ayan, yung value rin ng iyong y will also increase. At kapag naman, yung value ng x mo will decrease, yung value naman ng y mo will also decrease. So, ganon yung thought ng ating direct variation. So, in symbols, y varies directly as x is written as y over x is equal to k. So, ito yung dapat ninyong tandaan. This is also the formula of our direct variation. Yung y over x is equal to k or y is equal to kx, where k should not be equal to 0 is called the constant of variation. Tapos yung k natin, ulitin ko. Itong k na to, this k is what we call the constant of variation. So, ito, kapag nakita ninyo sa ating statement, yung mga y varies directly as x, y is proportional to x, y is directly proportional to x, matik yan ay direct variation. Okay, bigay tayo ng example. The cos or the c varies directly as the number of pen. Yung c natin yung variable for the cos and n naman yung variable for the number of pen. So class, to write this in a variation statement, you should tingnan nyo to. Itong varies directly. So class, since yan ay varies directly from that word, yan ay direct variation. So this statement is a direct variation. So ngayon, ano nga ba yung formula natin for the direct variation? Diba ang formula natin for the direct is y is equal to kx. So ngayon, kailangan nating malaman kung ano ba yung y in this given problem at ano yung x in this given problem. So yung y natin is c. Tapos yung k natin, since yung k natin is the constant of variation, hindi yan magbabago, kaya copy the k. At yung x naman natin will be the n. So ito yung equation natin. Equation natin ng direct variation. At ito, class, yung equation for the given problem. So, ito yung answer natin kung magdedepende tayo dito sa ating example. Okay? Another one, the circumference or the c, so meron tayong variable, of a circle varies directly as its diameter. So, tingnan nyo, varies directly. Ayan. So, this is also a direct variation. So, meron tayong formula na y is equal to kx. At itong y is equal to kx, kailangan nyo malaman yung y tsaka x dito. So, paano malalaman yan? So, yung y class, is yung variable na mauuna lagi dito sa varies directly. So, c, yung unang variable na makikita nyo before itong varies directly. Kaya siya yung isa-substitute natin kay y. So, it will become C is equal to K. At yung pangalawa naman, which is the diameter. So, D. Ayan. So, etong equation na yan will be our variation statement. Okay? So, ganon yung ating pagkuha ng mga variation statement or our equation for the direct variation. So, another type of variation is the inverse variation. So, according to this given is a relationship between two variables, x and y, such that n matter how the values of k, x, and y change, and their product is a constant. So, in symbols class, y varies inversely as x. So, kasi according dito sa ating inverse variation, kapag nag-increase yung ating x, magdi-decrease naman yung ating y. Kapag nag-decrease naman yung x natin, magi-increase yung ating y. So, baligtad tayo dito sa ating inverse. So, ang formula natin naman for the inverse will be this one. Y is equal to k over x. So, yan yung gagamitin natin para malaman natin yung mga variation statement for the future given problem. So, paano nyo ba malalaman kapag yan ay inverse variation? Kapag nabasa ninyo to, y varies inversely as x, y is in direct proportion to x, y is inversely proportional to x. So, bigay tayo na example. The electric current, or I, varies inversely as the resistance at a constant voltage. So, ano ba yung ating formula for the inverse variation? That will be y is equal to k over x. So, ngayon, since ito yung gagamitin natin for the inverse variation, alamin natin yung y. So, yung ating variation, ito, varies inversely. So, matik yan na inverse variation yan. So, ngayon, class, hanapin na natin yung y tsaka x in this given problem. So, yung nauna natin na variable will be the a. Ayan. So, it will become I for the y. Okay, copy the k over what is our x. So, yung x naman is yung kasunod. So, ito. So, ang x natin will be r. So, our variation statement will be I is equal to k over r. Okay, another one. At a constant temperature, the volume of a gas varies inversely. So, varies inversely, meaning this is an inverse variation. So, ang formula natin for the inverse will be y is equal to k over x. Okay? At yung y naman natin, so ano yung y natin dito? Yung y natin, class, will be v. At yung x naman natin will be p. So, ang new equation natin will be v is equal to, so copy the k, over what is our x? That is p. So, our new equation will be this one. V is equal to k over p. Okay, dito naman tayo sa join. So, when we say join, it is a variation where variable varies as the product of two or more other variables. So, dito sa join class, meron tayong dalawang variable na kasunod sa ating k. So, just like the direct, kasi isa lang pag direct variation, di ba? Isa lang yung kasunod na variable after ng ating k. So, look at this formula. So, mapapansin nyo, dalawa na, x and y. Kaya, naman, magbigay tayo ng example. The area of a rectangle varies jointly. So, varies jointly tayo. So, pag nabasa nyo yung varies jointly, this is a joint variation. So, the area of a rectangle. So, alamin muna natin yung formula. Diba? Pag joint variation, we have z is equal to k, x, y. So, substitute natin si z. Saan ba si z? So, si z, yung mga variable na nandito sa left side ng ating equal, ito yung ito yung mga variable na una sa ating varies jointly. So, ang z natin will be a. Kaya a equals k, tapos yung ating x, yung sumunod na variable which is the length, tapos yung y natin will be the w. So, k, l, w. So, that will be our new equation for our given problem. Okay, dito naman tayo sa combine. It is a variation that involves both direct and inverse variation. So, dito sa combined variation class, pinagsama kasi ang inverse tsaka and direct. Yan. O kaya, inverse tsaka join. So, dalawa yung possible na kalabasan ng inyong combined variation. So, dalawa din yung pwedeng lumabas na formula. So, dito tayo. R varies jointly as SNT and inversely as U. So, kung mapapansin nyo class, dalawa yung variation natin dito. Varies jointly and inversely. So, ang sabi daw, R varies jointly as SNT. So, that's one variable. Tapos, si R naman is inversely as U. So, dalawa yung ating, dalawa yung ating variation. Kaya naman, isa-isahin natin, paano ba natin yung susulat yung R varies jointly as SNT? So, di ba, kanina nag-join tayo, so dapat alam niyo na. So, yung pinakaunang variable, yan yung nasa left side ng ating equal. So, R is equal to K. Yan, laging nandyan yung ating K, hindi yan magbabago ng position. So, R is equal to K, tapos yung ating jointly, so magkatabi yung ating SNT, over. Yung inversely naman, since inversely yan, di ba, kaya nasa denominator yan, as U. Plus, one way para mas madalian kayo, pag jointly, tsaka directly, direct pala, matik yan na kapag nasa combine yan, yung variable na yan is nasa numerator. Kapag inverse naman, sila naman ay nasa denominator. Okay? Applicable lang to sa combine ha. So, wala tayong definite na formula dito sa ating combine. Basta alam niyo yung pagkuha ng direct, ng inverse sa join, makuha ninyo itong combined variation. So, let's try naman to solve problems. So, for example, y varies directly as x and y. And y is equal to 40 when x is equal to 8. Find y when x is equal to 6. So, solution tayo, class. We have 3 steps muna. So, ano ba yung 3 steps natin? Meron tayong 3 steps. Let me write that 3 steps. So, number 1, you need to find the variation statement. Variation statement. Number 2, solve for k or the constant of variation. Then number 3, so find what is asked. So find what is asked. Asked in the problem. So, ang hinahanap kasi dito, find y, di ba? So, yan yung step 3 natin. So, isa-isahin natin. So, paano ba natin kukunin yung find the variation statement? So, tingin muna kayo sa problem. We have y varies directly as x. So, y varies directly as x. Paano natin susulat yun into variation statement? So, that will be y is equal to kx. Okay, after we got that, so tapos na tayo sa ating step 1. we now solve for k. So, solve natin si k. So, go back in here in this example. So, y is equal to 40 when x is equal to 8. So, itong given na yan will be your given for the original variation. So, i-substitute nyo yan. Kaya magiging 40 is equal to k. What is your x? That will be 8. So, 40 is equal to k times 8. That will be, divide both sides by 8 or use MPE and multiply both sides by 1 over 8. So, it will become, so 40 divided by 8, that is, k is equal to 5. So, ang k natin is equal ngayon kay 5. Okay, ngayon, find what is as naman. So, ang hinahanap natin for our new variation dito, find y when x is equal to 6. At yan yung kailangan nating isolve ngayon. So, meron na tayong equation, meron na tayong constant of variation, and kailangan na nating kunin is yung y na hinahanap sa problem. So, substitute lang natin yan. Diba, ang sabi, find y na tayo dito. Find y. So, from our equation, y is equal to kx. Ang y natin dito is hinahanap natin yung y. So, y is equal, yung value ng k natin, which is 5. Yan. At yung x natin na given will be x is equal to 6. Ayan. So, ang y natin ngayon is equal to 5 times 6 is 30. So, ito na yung ating y na hinahanap sa ating problem. So, ayan yung tatlong kailangan ninyong gawin kapag magsosolve kayo ng variation. Okay, another one. If y varies inversely as x and y is equal to 25 when x is equal to 6, find y when x is equal to 15. So, alamin nyo muna, ano bang klaseng variation ito? So, ang sabi dito, varies inversely. Diba? Y varies inversely as x. So, this is a inverse variation. Ngayon, since yan na inverse variation, pwede na natin isulat yan na y is equal to k over x. Diba? Kasi yan yung formula natin for the inverse variation. So, tapos na tayo sa ating step 1. Nakuha na natin yung variation statement natin. Or variation equation. So, after that, after getting the y is equal to k over x, find k na tayo. Solve for k. Or k natin is the constant of variation. So, hanapin natin. So, ang susunod na given natin is y is equal to 25 when x is equal to 6. So, from our equation, y is equal to k over x. So, substitute natin yung pangalawa nating given. 25 is equal to k over 6. So, by using MPE, we multiply both sides by 6. That's by MPE. Or the multiplicative property of equality. So, matatanggal na to. And 6 times 25 is 150. So, k is equal to 150. So, meron na tayong k. And after you get the k, dito na tayo sa ating new variation. So, ang sabi, nahanap naman natin yung ating y. So, solve for y tayo dito. Solve for y. Kaya naman y is equal to, what is our k? 150. Over, what is our x? That is 15. So, solve natin yan. 150 over 15 is equal to 10. So, our y natin is equal to 10. So, yan. So, meron na tayong 3 things na kailangan nating malaman sa ating given. And then, we have, if z varies jointly as x and y, and z is equal to 60 when x is equal to 5, when y is equal to 4. Find the value of z when x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 7. So, paano na to? Medyo madami. So, alamin nyo muna kung ano ulit na variation nito. So, according to this problem, we have if z varies jointly as x and y. So, varies jointly. Ibig sabihin ito ay joint variation. Diba? So, since yan ay joint variation, we can write this equation, we can write this statement into z is equal to k x, y. Okay, meron na tayong equation. Pwede natin magamit. So, solve for k na tayo. Or solve for the constant of variation. So, meron tayo, given na z is equal to 60, when x is equal to 5, when y is equal to 4. So, substitute lang natin yan. Kaya magiging 60 equals k times 5 times 4. So, we have 60 is equal to k times 20. Then, divide both sides by 20. So, we have k is equal to 3. Meron na tayong k. So, alamin na natin yung bagong variation natin. So, ang sabi dito, find the value of z when x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 7. So, solve for z na tayo. Substitute lang natin. So, z is equal to, what is our k? That is 3. Ang x natin, ang sabi dito is 3 din also. At ang 7 naman, yung y natin. So, 3 times 3 times 7, what is? 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 9 times 7 is 63. So, we have z is equal to 63. So, ayan yung z natin ngayon. Okay, nagets ba? So, next naman tayo. So, w varies directly as the product of x and y, inversely as the square of z. If w is equal to 9 when x is equal to 6, y is equal to 27, and z is equal to 3, find w when x is equal to 4, y is equal to 7, and z is equal to 2. So, alamin natin kung anong variation to. So, ang sabi, w varies directly as the product of x and y, inversely as the square of z daw. So, meron tayong dalawa. So, ito ay combined variation. So, ano muna yung dalawang pinagsama na variation natin dyan? So, ang sabi, varies directly as the product of x and y. So, dalawa yung variable bukod pa dito sa w. So, ito ay joint. Joint plus inversely, that is inverse. Diba? So, isulat natin yan into equation. So, w is equal to k, product of x and y, that is x and y, over, kasi inverse yan, so z. Diba? Diba sabi ko kanina, kapag joint, nasa taas yung dalawang variables, nasa numerator. Kapag inverse naman, nasa denominator yung ating variable. So, ito na yung ating equation na gagamitin for the rest of our solving. Now, we need to solve for k. At yung k natin, so, substitute lang natin to. If w is equal to 9, hanggang dito, so z is equal to 3. So, w is equal to 9. At yung k natin is unknown, so leave it be. Our x is equal to 6. And our y is 27. So, our z naman is 3. Okay, may nalimutan tayo. Ang sabi pala dito is square of z. So, kailangan pala natin tong square. So, 3 squared yan. Diba? Kaya magiging 9 is equal to k times 6 times 27 all over 9. So, kailangan ninyong isolve muna yung 6 times 27, which is equal kay, so dito na tayo. 9 is equal to k times 162 over 9. So, pwede ba bang i-lowest term yan? 162 divided by 9 is also equivalent to 9 is equal to k times 18. Now, divide both sides by 18. And we have, what is 9 over 18? So, pag nilowest term mo yan, that will become 1/2. So, our k is equal to 1/2. Ngayon, since meron na tayong k at meron na tayong equation, we need to find w kasi yun yung hinahanap sa ating problem. So, find w na tayo. Find w. So, onto our equation, w is equal to kxy over z squared. Okay, w is unknown. Ang k naman natin is equal kay 1/2 times, what is our x? That is 4. At yung y naman natin is 7. Ang z naman natin is 2. Tapos square. So, now, we need to simplify this one. Kaya may w is equal 1/2 times 4 times 27. That is 14. At 2 squared is equal kay 4. So, kailangan yung i-lowest term yan. At ang magiging lowest term yan is 7 over 2. So, ang w ninyo is 7 over 2. So, class, wag nyong isasagot yung decimal kasi mas maganda na isagot ninyo is improper o kaya mixed fraction. At ang mixed fraction nito is or 3 and 1/2. Ayan. So, it's either of the two yung tatanggapin ko sagot pagdating sa variation na to. Okay, so ganon yung pag-solve natin sa different types of variation and naming yung mga variation statement natin at mga equation. So, ganun lang naman tayo for this week 1. Okay, naintindihan ba? So, if you understand anything, and thank you so much for listening and watching this video, see you next week. Goodbye!